Okay, it's 9:05 p.m. on Monday, June 15th, 2020. Short while ago, I came upon some very disturbing and serious information, and I'm going to pull this video up right now, and you could listen to this and hear what it's about. And please listen to this. It seems very serious. Here we go.
The Luciferians are having a nationwide Luciferian march rolling out on June 21st during the solar eclipse Ring of Fire. Now, I'm going to screen share this article and go over it, and I'm going to leave links in the description for it. Some of this stuff is actually quite unnerving to me. This basically just, after crazed leftists tore down virtually every historical statue in America, Satanists may be planning to erect Luciferian statues in their place. The Luciferian March for a One World Government will be held in at least 9 U.S. cities on June 21st during a solar eclipse. The marches are intended to create chaos, and it has been speculated by some that demonstrators may even try to erect satanic monuments at existing sites where Confederate and other allegedly racist statues have been torn down. Most of the protests will take place at city capitals in the following cities: Jacksonville, Florida; Raleigh, North Carolina; Cincinnati, Ohio; Columbus, Ohio; Washington, D.C., Madison, Wisconsin; Buffalo, New York; Niagara Falls, New York; and Salem, Oregon. The solar eclipse, June 2020 date and time in India. The first solar eclipse of the 2020 year will occur this month on June 21st. The event will be an annular solar eclipse where the moon will cover the sun from the center, leaving the outer rim visible, thus creating a ring of fire. So, a rare solar eclipse is creating a ring of fire. At the same time, the Luciferians are marching for a one world government. And I didn't really know how much stock I put into this article. And I have found a Facebook post that leads back, and they have it listed at it's the Disciples of Lucifer HQ on Facebook. And it also says, "We buy souls. Whatever your heart desires, money, sex, drugs, you name it, we can give it to you for the price of your soul. Duration varies, price varies." Guys, this is very troubling to me. So I'm trying to share it out. I think this may be something you need to share out too, so that the public sees what's going on. On their page right here, about the Luciferian March, it says, "Greetings, citizens of Earth. We are the disciples of Lucifer, and we are here to fulfill the prophecies of Revelations and start the founding of forming a one world government." Keep in mind, they just said they are here to fulfill the prophecies of Revelation, which means they know Revelations is real, and you know what Revelation says. We get to win in the end anyway. We're calling on every citizen of Earth to stand in support of the formation of the one world government. They're trying their best to get you to turn your back on God. So on July 21st, 2019, we're calling on every citizen of Earth to start marches all over the place to support of forming a one world government. Where does it start? It starts with you. How can you help create your own chapter in your town, plan marches, and spread the word of forming a one world government? Tell your friends, your family, your coworkers, and random people on the streets. The time to form a one world government is now, and the time to fulfill the prophecy is now. Help do your part to support the formation of a one world government. Make events for July 21st, pass out flyers, and tell everyone you know to support the formation of the one world government. Lucifer is love. Lucifer is life. Guys, we're fixing to have to make a choice, and we're fixing to have to make a stand, and we're going to have to fight. Don't take the shot. Don't take the test. And absolutely, don't consent to this. And you need to spread this around. Everybody needs to know about it. This may be something worth counter-protesting. I love all you guys. I appreciate all you guys. The link for this will be in the description, along with the links for DLive, Twitter, and Discord. With this type of stuff happening, and as much as we are censored now, and I'm having trouble even picking up things on my channels from myself that don't show up, I'm going to ask y'all to share this. I have a bad feeling about this. Not that it's going to change our life. We win in the end. But if we don't stand up against it and just let it happen, I don't think that's what God wants us to do either. We're not showing that we really stand for Him when we just sit down and let this roll by. Silence is consent. And I do not, repeat, I do not consent.
Okay, I'm gonna end it there. I have a few things to add, important things about this. His links that he said he would leave, they did not show up in his description box, just like my last video. I don't know if they're being censored or obviously, but I keep trying to post them in the description. They won't show, so I put up my own comment in the last video and I pinned it. So that's where you'll see that. Anyway, to end this, I don't know if he read this, but I'm going to say it again, whatever. This originally was from an IntelliHub article, and it says, nationwide Luciferian March rollout on June 21 during solar eclipse ring of fire. And it says Luciferian March for a one world government hosted by Disciples of Lucifer, Salem, Oregon. And I did a little looking into this information, and the I guess about 9 cities that is mentioned in that article, and he mentioned that these whatever you want to call them, protests or gatherings, well, it's much more than that. I counted 28 cities in the United States. Maybe I'll read them in a second once I'm done just saying this. Again, hosted by Disciples of Lucifer. It's on their Facebook page, and they're the host, but there's other separate groups. I guess they're all in this together to stage this from all these different states in a coordination with each other. Again, I counted 28. That's not to say there might be more, and also internationally, because one of these gatherings is at the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem. Okay, that's where they're going to be, believe it or not. And another kind of odd place that they're going to be is, it says Henderson Field, Midway Atoll, which is a public airport on Sand Island, which is a U.S. minor island of the U.S. minor islands. I'm not sure exactly where that is. Whether, well, it has to be, probably Caribbean, I would imagine, or I don't know, maybe somewhere in the Pacific Hawaiian region. I'm not sure. I couldn't really find that. But speaking of that, one place is Kauai, I guess, if that's how you pronounce it, or Kauai County in Hawaii. I don't think I pronounced that right. And again, with this Henderson Field, it's an unincorporated territory of the U.S. So this is kind of a strange place for this to be happening and mentioned. And the history of it says that the Battle of Midway at Midway Islands, best known as the location of the pivotal battle of the Pacific Theater of World War II. It's a seaplane facility and land plane airfield on Eastern Island. And so to close this, let me just mention the other places stated on that site where they say they're going to be in New York. They're going to be New York City, okay, and Washington, D.C., and also in New York State, in Buffalo, Rochester, Albany, and Syracuse. They're going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, Cincinnati, Ohio, Jacksonville, Florida, Columbus, Ohio, Madison, Wisconsin, Lincoln, Nebraska, Boston, Massachusetts, Phoenix, Arizona, Ontario, Toronto, Reno, Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada, again, Jerusalem at the Wailing Wall, Arkansas State Capitol, Los Angeles, California, Salem, Oregon, Niagara Falls, New York, another New York, Anchorage, Alaska. And so that's the list. You know, it's unbelievable. Now, again, there's no saying that this is going to produce any kind of craziness, or even if the mainstream news will much cover this at all, or, this might just pass. But from what this man described in his video, he's concerned because there's been reports like they're going to erect these satanic statues and take the other ones down, and possibly it could be a very chaotic or anarchy situation. Not that it will be, but again, this is very strange. This is seemingly coming out of nowhere. I only heard about it maybe three hours ago when I came upon this man's channel. And again, like I said, you never know what's going to happen from day to day. If you don't keep up to what's going on, and this sort of came out of nowhere again. It's going to happen on Sunday, again in accordance with the whatever it is, June 21 Ring of Fire solar eclipse, which I take, which they say is a very a highly occult event. And that's on a Sunday. And I had mentioned in one of the last videos about seeing if maybe something will happen. Well, I was talking about last Sunday, but now this Sunday, as far as these protests go and all this other stuff going on at the same time. And they're calling on this for a worldwide call to bring in the New World Order. So like I say, is this coordinated? It sure seems like it is. It doesn't seem like just, some may say, just a bunch of, I guess you could say, younger nonconformists. But these are believers in Satanism. So all of this could be very well a turning point or transitional point, like halfway through the year as we start to head toward the second half, where it could very well be that things start to turn for the worse. Whether gradually or in whatever fashion, suddenly, or combination of both. But again, things seem to indicate as we go into the second half of this year, this could really be the turning point, and especially prophetically as far as the rapture goes and the coming of the tribulation right after the believers are gone. So they're saying that their march is for a one world government, and also bringing in the Antichrist. And all of this seems at least to be very close as these events move forward and constantly change, and new things seem to pop up like almost any day now from out of nowhere, even major things, which this could be something of that nature, or it might not. It might just pass. But that's to be seen. But it just shows the atmosphere and anticipation and, I guess, openness or outplaying of this, to want this to come to pass. It just seems like, at least to me, it's on the verge. It really does. All this stuff that is happening, just the attitude and atmosphere, and just itching for all-out anarchy and chaos, and do away with any authority or civil order. Okay, once again, I'll try to leave the link to that video. If it's not showing, I'll try to leave a comment of my own and pin it if you want to look for that. But basically, that was the whole video. So I guess if you're in any one of those cities or areas, if you can get some footage or information or see what's going on, if you're there at that time or nearby, not to get in the midst of all this, especially if there's chaos. But it's going to be time to leave here very shortly. According to what's going on here, it really does seem that way. All right. So not that much longer. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.